Can I ask you? WHO? To see in any pain tradition. We kindly commit into your hands the proceedings of today. We ask for your wisdom to guide us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Right, so without further ado, I'm going to call upon the head of wellness to welcome us.
The Honourable Minister for Medical and Health Services, Dr. Irene Wanga, representatives of the World Health Organisation, the President, South Pacific Division, Seventh-day Adventist Churches Australia, Pastor Glenn Townend, the General Secretary of the Seventh-day Adventist Churches, South Pacific Division Australia, Pastor Michael Sikori, the President, Trans-Pacific Union Mission of Seventh-day Adventist Churches, Fiji, Pastor Marveni Kalfononga, the Regional Ambassador, 10,000 Toes Campaign Fiji, Mr. George Kwon, and senior representatives from the Seventh-day Adventist faculty. Representatives from the Ministry of Health and Medical Services, invited guests, and the media. Healthy Islands is an ideal vision in 1995 and was envisioned at the first meeting of the Ministers of Health of the Pacific Island countries on Yanuga Island, Fiji, and reaffirmed in children are nurtured in body and mind. Environments invite learning and leisure. People work and age with dignity. Ecological balance is a source of pride. The ocean, which sustains us, is protected. The vision has served as a unifying theme for health protection and health promotion in the Pacific, and reflects the comprehensive and integrated approach to health that is the hallmark of the WHO Regional Office for the Western Pacific region. It has subsequently laid the foundation for the meetings of the Ministers of Health that have followed each year. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all joining in to celebrate the 2022 Healthy Islands Award winner. The Healthy Islands Award scheme for health promotion projects started in 2011, with awarding taking place at the Pacific Health Ministers meeting. The Healthy Island Recognition Awards are intended to support and encourage best practices and innovation in promoting health in the Pacific Islands in line with the Healthy Islands vision. In line with the process previously followed for this award, a call for applications were made in February 2021. 2 categories of awardees are included, best practice and best proposal, with an expected 2 winners of each category. The closing date for applications was on the 30th of June 2021. An application form was provided along with guidelines on completing the application. It was sent to WHO country offices, heads of health, through existing health promotion and other networks. So this was widely distributed. Given the current pandemic situation, the number of applications received was lower than previous years, with 14 applications, 8 for best practice and 6 for best proposal, from 6 Pacific Island countries. The rubric used in 2019 and 2015 for assessing applications was again utilized by external consultants to undertake a full assessment of each application, and our external consultants will be completing university. This assessment involves separate considerations of each application against the criteria by 2 assessors, cross-assessments of selected as applications, and final discussion to ensure quality control and to reach agreement on the suggested 4 preferred applications in each category were arrived at. The WHO DPS committee met on the 1st of October and reviewed the criteria utilized, the range of scores, and the summary comments provided by the external reviewer. Then they discussed in depth the shortlisted applications. And of course, after this, the strongest applications were awarded. Today's event is a clear example of health being seen as a component of society in line with the Ottawa Charter of 1986, and not only a health sector component. We acknowledge the SDA Church for taking such a wonderful initiative to maintain social, societal well-being, reducing disability and death through the 10,000 Pills campaign. Today's event marks a challenge for all leaders and empowerment networks to follow suit, to work with the Ministry of Health and Medical Services and the society in general to empower communities and provide interventions to improve national and further regional well-being. And we acknowledge the visionary and contextual approach of the designers of the campaign.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our chief guest this morning needs no introduction. So this afternoon needs no introduction. Has been sitting at the HQ for the last 4 years, and a remarkable achievement, specifically in our fight as a nation against COVID-19 for the last 2 years. Renowned right across the globe, and has actually established a benchmark on how we can actually tackle CD, communicable disease, and specifically infectious disease that has now plagued our nation and our world in the last couple of decades. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm going to call upon the Honorable Minister
Sorry, Ben and I go back home. And just was not finishing. I was just finishing medical school when giving training in environmental health. So we spent some time together at school, going out into communities and bringing advocacy to our students. As you know, back in the days, the school curriculum, when you're training to be a doctor, was part of your time. You were in the dental clinic, and they were communicating with the health inspectors, and those training to be health inspectors. With the kitchen, with the dietitian. And I think even this one now, in my previous role in medical school, that I came across, is that how training has really changed significantly. I see that a lot of the networks that we have within the Ministry of Health, the strength of the Ministry of Health now is really the strength of the training that happened back in the days. Because back in the days, we were always able together, we sat together, we listened to communities together, where the medical student, the nursing student, the health student, the teaching student, did really better. At the end of the day, we were the same school and we did things together. So really, there has been a team effort, and maybe it's because of the relationships that we have along. The WHO representative, the president of the South Division of Seventh-day Church, Australia, Pastor Black, president of the Pacific Union Mission, the Seventh-day Adventist Churches Fiji, Pastor Benny Corona, Regional President of the 10,000 Dose Campaign, Mr. George Kong, National Investment 10,000 Dose Campaign. Fiji is a very incredible who is being guest members of the media. initially, when I heard all the names that came and several pastors that were here, I thought one of them was going to pray. So that Ben prayed. Thank you, David. The wellness is really getting to Ben. It's also praying very well. I'm glad to be here. And I'm glad to be here because this week, Pastor just reminded me that within the next week or two, we'll be off to Geneva for the WHO World Health Organization. And for the last 2 years, this has not happened. I'm looking forward to this year because the World Health Organization will talk about when we discuss the current health issues that I have, but also the emerging threats. And that actually lays the agenda for the world. So the multilateral partners, bilateral partners, they look at the agenda that comes from the WHO meeting. So that agenda is what then supports them. We begin to make the right choices around support. And it's so important to have a voice. The Pacific has a voice, and we are blessed that we have an embassy in Geneva that actually supports us, not only us, but some of the other Pacific countries, because it's important that we be at the tables like climate change. So we be at the table we discuss this, and I'm so glad that one of the WHO important strategies which is through the Western Pacific West practice affiliates recognition from WHO is what we could be awarding today. As we all heard from the debate, it started in 2011 and encourages Pacific Island countries to innovate and what is contextual collaboration, demonstrate the most effective and efficient ways of promoting their health for our populations. In 2009, I launched this campaign to roll out to South Pacific countries, and in June 2020, this is an initiative that South Pacific region of the Seven Baptist Churches is implemented by the Trans-Pacific Union Mission of Seven Baptist Churches, which is headquartered in Sudan. And it is just, I just want to again show appreciation of the Seven Baptist Churches. This has been one of the faith-based organizations that have really not only preached for the pulpit, but also walk the talk in terms of health in many ways, in terms of the work that's done there in Super Bowl and also by throughout the country. Thank you, sir. It's been appreciation back to the church headquarters and to the support that you have from Australia. I know that Australia supports the Pacific Church and also the Fiji Church. As I'm alluding to, we have actually found that Pacific Island countries and in the Pacific Covid, we also found in South Auckland that Pacific communities are faith-based organizations are important because we are a very communal people, but we are very faith-based people. And we need to harness positive effects of faith-based organizations and the networks that we have because he has a reach and influence the bench of health board, health systems, and sometimes the area shoulders, the process. And I understand that this concept started with Mr. Vegas, considering the alarming rate of diabetes reputations coupled with the burden it places on all stakeholders. And I was just reading, with interest, talking about the healthcare initiative that was launched in 1995, and how true that is today, 2022. So, 27 years later, it's still so true. The ocean sustains us. The world that we're living. These are the things that we discussed there. And we just never thought this strategy that the 10,000 tools that if they receive 10,000 donations or $100 leads, then we will save 10,000 effects of a greater disease. I think the 10,000 tools campaign, excellent initiative, not only to save lives and those, but also save lives. In some instances, it may be about saving those, but because of diabetes, you're saving the kidney, you're saving the heart. So that works. that's what diabetes affects. So it's not necessarily just the dose is the symptom for the effects of diabetes. So thank you. The crisis of diabetes continue to ravage our civic communities. The Global Diabetes Compact report this diabetes is a global epidemic. Approximately 6% of the world's population, more than 400 million people live without a type 1 diabetes. This is quadrupled since 1980, expected to rise beyond half a billion by the end of the decade. One of the articles I wrote reading in our office was in 1970, our prevalence of diabetes in this nation was 2%. 1970. By 2002, with our first step survey, it was at 15%. In 2011, it was 16%. So 1970 was only 2% of the population that had diabetes prevalence. So you can see within the last 50 years, that prevalence has multiplied by about 8 times. It was 6%, coming to 16%. The premature health rates of other NCDs, whilst decreasing the deaths from diabetes, have actually increased by 5%. Diabetes is affecting people are well documented, whether we have possible users, families, workforce, and government. At last is surviving. The Diabetes Federation estimated that the prevalence of diabetes in Fiji was around 50% in 2020. But we also looked at many people who are undiagnosed. And these alarming trends are of course concerned. We've, as a Ministry of Health, realized that we could pursue with interest the universal health coverage, which is an SDG 3.0. We really need to pursue it. There's so much pressure. We need to run more outreaches, we need to decentralize our health services, and we need to ensure everything there. And we cannot do it alone. And that's why we need partners such as NHS, the House of World Campaign, and again, knowledge on this issue. We can together tackle diabetes. We're not able to stop people from having diabetes, but we're able to tackle it together. I was looking into something this morning, I think I'll finish with that before I sit. I found it really interesting. I'm sorry, yeah, my technical skills. I was reading this, somebody said it to me, but it says, and this, when I was reading about it, and then I thought about that 10,000 tools we can small efforts, a long period of time, how we have to sustain them. Somebody said it is the BBC, I don't know BBC, they like BBC News, and BBC wrote about how they have to develop the unbreakable mindset. And there are 3 pillars of that mindset. One is patience, and we really need patience. How fun. When I used to teach medical students, I say it takes patience to look after patients. I think this 10,000 first campaign is about patience. It's about being patient, but also about looking after patients. It also tells that one of the 3 pillars of mindset is being present. And once we can talk about, oh my goodness, why we develop diabetes, we need to talk about this. What is happening and how can we prevent that from being lost? Because trying to look back and think about what could have happened is not going to solve today's problem. I think that's what the 10,000 first year will do very well. The third thing, maybe since I could do it there, the 3 pillars of mindset is to be deliberate. Deliberate in their action, deliberate in their communication. And I found this really useful because it's small, deliberate strategies such as this that saves lives. Not the big things. It's the small, deliberate actions such as the mechanisms to symptoms that saves lives. So I thank you. God bless you.
Now, before the official renewal, now I shall call upon President of the SK Delivery.
First thing I wanted to say is thank you to Fiji for letting me come here. It's the first time I've gone outside of Australia for over 2.5 years, and I'm supposed to serve all of the South Pacific. So it's been good, and the way you've handled COVID has allowed that. So congratulations. I am very pleased to be back. I tell my vendor I want my old job back. I used to be where he was, and loved living in Tamavula, and so thank you, Minister, for your kind words, and World Health Organisation, and Dr. Davina for your team. Why I am so pleased to accept this is because of those that have had this dream and vision. And I've had a little bit to do with it. My wife is actually the main support person based in Sydney for the 10,000 Toes campaign. But it was her boss, Solomon Islander Dr. Chester Kuma, who had the initial vision. I grew up with Chester in Papua New Guinea. We were friends way back in the early 70s. That ages us, and sorry. And Chester still is involved in the 10,000 Toes campaign in Solomon Island, and actually in his home island. And they, yeah. But anyway, when we were boys in Papua New Guinea, we knew no local person who had type 2 diabetes. I go back there now. Well, I haven't been there for 2.5 years, but and my contemporaries and many younger have type 2 diabetes. And we saw that when we were living here. I had friends and colleagues that lost limbs and their lives. And so it was out of this, that dream that he started. Dr. Chester shared it with me and many other people. Dr. Simon Tovasia, who also Solomon Island, Dr. Paul Wood, an Australian, and out of it, it developed, and the place that has done the best so far is Fiji. And George, you and your team, we are really proud of the 10,000 Toes, because we want to see intervention and people have a good life. Yes, we are Christian. We believe we'll have a good life forever, but forever starts here, now. And we lifestyle medicine and those little interventions and changes make a huge difference for the future. And I'm so proud of all of the ambassadors that are working in Fiji and making the difference. For breakfast, I had one of the new juices that 10,000 Toes is going to produce. Ginger, spinach, pineapple, moringa. I don't even know what that is. But man, it was beautiful. And I know that will make a huge impact. That as well. And just the last thing that you need to know, that I am personally engaged in this. And from May 22 to June 5, I am cycling from Washington, D.C. to St. Louis. Washington, D.C. is where our church headquarters are. St. Louis is where we're having our big convention, which was supposed to be 2 years ago, a global convention, but pandemic, and it will be happening in June. And the socks that I will be, and all of the riders, international riders, will be wearing have 10,000 Toes logo and the website. And the gloves that we are wearing, 10,000 Toes logo and that. And it's going to be filmed by one of our international church organisations as a documentary, and they will not get away from sitting on our hand while we're riding, because exercise is one of the interventions. And on our feet with the socks, 10,000 toes. It is really important, and what I have learned from my wife, she wakes me up early to go walking, reminding me I need to drink water. The food that we're eating is being a little changing and better. Just small things, but hey, it builds the health. And here in the Pacific, the natural food that is around, which sustains us, and environment is just great for health, wonderful for health. And that we're tapping into that is just really exciting. I've said enough, but I'm very proud to be able to receive this award on behalf of those that had the dream, and that we're seeing it fulfilled. The other, I mentioned the Solomon Islands, where it's starting there, and just 2 weeks ago, the Health Minister and the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea also partnering with our church with 10,000 toes as well. So there is growth and development throughout the Pacific, and I know that's the dream, and we want to keep it expanding. So thank you for your support, and it's a real honour.
No way shall call upon the Honourable Minister for our presentation. Call upon Mr. George. Shall I call upon the president? Yes, the receive the award on behalf of the ambassadors.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for George.
Yeah, come on, George.
George. Come on, W2.
You're the man who's making it happen in Fiji.
Come on, Fiji director.
Dr. Divina?
Yeah, Dr. Divina. Dr. Divina, come here. See, I acknowledge you.
Yes, sir. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Set. How are you?
You're the one who did that hard work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you once again, Seth. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the program for today. I would like to take this time again, just on behalf of the Head of Wellness, Dr. Divina, and WHO, extend to you our another volume for your time and for your presence here today. There's a refreshment outside. It's healthy refreshment. Yes, and portion as well. So, let's just pray for the refreshment. I just want to ask one of the, just pray for the refreshment.
Let us pray. Loving Heavenly Father, who art in heaven, we are so thankful, Lord, for your presence during this little occasion. Thank you, Lord, for the vision that you have given to our leaders to look after the well-being of your people. We pray, Lord, that you will bless the 10,000 those. We pray, Lord, that you will bless this ministry that is here in Fiji, looking after the health of our people. We oh Lord, your servant, the Minister of Health here in Fiji, we know that you continue to bless him with good health, wisdom, as he gave out in this area. And we pray, Lord, that you also bless our refreshment outside and bless our fellowship. For this is our humble prayer in Jesus' wonderful name. Amen.
Oh,